You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the smile, the soft animal of your body, love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things.
Amen. Talainik.
Well, I'm over here. Well,
Dalugwen.
What am I doing? I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to listen. Shh.
What are you listening to?
The land. I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to listen for the land.
The land?
Yeah.
But you're on the floor, so you have to listen through the floor, and then the other floor underneath, and the concrete, and the soundproofing, and the other concrete. I don't think you're going to hear any of the land.
Oh. I thought maybe I heard something there. Underneath.
Why are you trying to listen to the land?
Well, I'm trying to listen to the land to do the land acknowledgement, like a really good one, and to listen. I'm going to listen, and then hear something that's meaningful, and then I'm going to be able to.
Okay. So you're trying to do a land acknowledgement?
Yeah. Well, I thought that's why we were here.
Okay. Well.
Do you even like what I'm wearing?
I didn't want to draw too much attention to it because
I dressed up to do my land acknowledgement.
But it's cute, you know? I think it's
I always
it's
know
different.
when you're lying. I always know it's okay.
Okay.
Maybe dressing up is overrated.
Okay. Jeez, don't slip.
Jeepers.
Jeepers, that's what I said. Jeeps. Well, I don't know about trying to do a land acknowledgement because it seems, it's kind of like a little bit trendy. Like, I feel like maybe there's like a lot of people that are really like trying to do land acknowledgements. And I know that it's a call, like, you know, response to the TRC.
Truth and reconciliation, it's important.
Yeah, it's very important, but it should be more than just a land acknowledgement. Like, there's stuff that can be done instead of just a land acknowledgement.
Right. Do you do you know what those things are? Like just a list or a short, like a synopsis, or
No.
or even the definition of a land acknowledgement?
Actually, I don't know what a land acknowledgement is, but I did ask ChatGPT.
ChatGPT, that's like some AI stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I asked ChatGPT,
Yeah.
and ChatGPT told me what a land acknowledgement was.
You just asked them, or was there?
Yeah, no, I asked them, and then I called our friend David, and I asked
David Doms?
Yeah, David.
Okay.
Because David's, you know, he's got that male authoritative radio voice, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I was like, hey, David,
Yeah.
can we borrow your voice? And he was like, sure. And then I was like, hey, David, is it okay if I like make an AI clone of your voice? And then he's like, so we chatted about it, and he was okay.
And you didn't tell him what it was about? He was just okay, he said carte blanche.
No, well, you know, it's trust. It's
Okay.
trust and the
Okay.
relationship. And
Nope. You two are buds. You got it going.
I got a land acknowledgement from ChatGPT with an AI clone of David's voice.
Oh, can we hear it?
Sure.
A land acknowledgement is a formal statement recognizing the indigenous peoples who have historically inhabited and cared for the land on which an event or activity is taking place. It often acknowledges the traditional territory of indigenous communities and expresses gratitude for their stewardship of the land. It's a way to honor and show respect for indigenous peoples and their ongoing connection to the land.
Pretty informative.
Worked.
Believable.
Yeah, right?
Okay, so enough listening. We've listened. What if we feel? So I think, come and feel with me. Like, we're gonna,
Like, you want me to sit on the floor?
yeah, feel the
It's
floor.
so dirty.
So,
Look at
Ursula,
it.
we garden together,
I
we're
know.
out in the woods.
Okay,
Just-
I can do this. I'll sit on the floor with you.
Yeah.
Okay, just give me a second.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay. I'll sit here.
Okay, so you're just feeling.
Okay, so we're feeling the land. But wait, I have something to say.
Okay.
My heart is very heavy right now.
Oh.
And because we had a community member from the Mi'kmaq Nation pass recently. It was a very well-respected elder. I would like to acknowledge Elder Rose Knockwood Morris and dedicate this show to her.
Here. You got my shoulder.
Okay, let's listen.
This one's for you, Rose. Contemplating, contemplating, contemplating the tangled complexity of grief and gratitude. The tangled complexity of peace and friendship. Contemplating responsibility as invitation. Invitation
for respectful acknowledgement. Respectful acknowledgement. Protocol as promise to act accordingly. As uninvited guests. Guests who never left. Contemplating land as more than place. Land. Land as water. Land as water, as land, life as water, as life. Recognition of truth. Truths. How have we come to be alive here, right now? How? How have we come to be here now? Each one of us, on our own and together. Did we arrive like the geese? Harsh? Excited? And where are we now? Where are you? You. Us. KINUK. Where is our place in the family of things? How shall we announce our being? Sometimes I sit and watch the evening light. I sit and watch the evening light, moving shadows across the acre we've been attempting to farm. The elongated bodies of weeds left to climb feet above the fence stretch darker pieces of half-mowed lawn, like a candy maker pulling taffy on the night shift. I want to wrap those shadows in wax paper and label them sweet. We can open them at dusk with a pot of tea and cry together on the back step. The bats, they'll come out to hunt soon. Maybe we'll hear them when we go for a paddle on the Mersey, those same bats. Chirp, chirp, squeak. Their chirping, it eases the weight of this sadness reclined across my chest. Even though our human ears can only hear the mothers talking with their pups and the pups talking back, at least that's what they say. I mean, who could be certain? any of us, we don't know what the other's thinking unless we ask. Knowing they've survived the white nose plague just in time to see us humans afflicted by a global pandemic. That's a shot of satire that we can add to the herbs in our mugs.
Well, it's an oldie.
You liked it?
Yes, it was good. I never get to hear any of your finished work.
Oh, it's not finished. I'm reading it off of the notes on my broken iPhone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hope to hear it when it's finished. That was great. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for sharing. I feel like anytime I get to hear you, share some of your words with me, I feel very moved, and it makes me think about, all of those years we've been together. It's like over 20 years now. We have this relationship where things are, they're just like continuing to evolve and grow, and it's really beautiful, and I really like it. And sometimes things are hard, and sometimes it's complicated.
I'm so happy that you like it.
I really do. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing.
You see me.
I do. I see you. And I feel like you see me, because through all of those years in our relationship, you didn't see me just as Ulnu or as a Mi'kmaq woman. You saw me for who I was. And I feel like a lot of times, when I'm working with different groups or organizations, they see me as an Ulnu. They don't see me for who I am.
Or
as indigenous or Mi'kmaq.
first.
Well, I feel like they can't see past it. And sometimes it ends up becoming almost like exoticized or tokenized, and I've never felt that from you. Babasivki walali na basivki salo.
No. Well, yeah. I'm glad that I haven't contributed to you feeling tokenized or exoticized. And I want to tell you something.
What?
Well, I glanced around that room up there, this room that we're in. And I want to tell you something. I want to tell you.
It's not my birthday, so.
There are so many people in this room who see you as you. Friends, community members, colleagues, family, people who see you just for you.
Stop it, you're gonna make me cry. Enough of the emo. This is making me feel really nervous and awkward right now. As I'm sure Holly's probably feeling nervous and awkward standing there eavesdropping.
I've had weirder, but yeah.
That was great. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like there's it's like this weird sound that I keeps playing back in my head.
It's because I mentioned the Mersey, wasn't it?
I think so.
And that sploosh, sploosh, sploosh. Okay, now it's...
That sploosh.
Okay, yeah. And I was meaning to ask you, Holly, if you had this similar experience that we did growing up, being around so much water.
Yeah, it's a
From
thing.
Aotearoa?
Aotearoa.
Yeah, help me.
Aotearoa. Aotearoa.
Ora. Okay.
Roa. It's kind of like
Roa.
a D. Roa.
Wow, I almost broke it.
Aotearoa.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a thing growing up on a coastline, I think. Like the water is part of your physical experience and your emotional experience, and it permeates your dreams, and it shapes so much of your experiences. And when I listen to the sound of your paddles and the drips on it, I'm taken back to childhood. Because we were farm folk, the Europeans who went with all sorts of intentions to Aotearoa, missionaries, reprobates, people with good intentions, people who didn't know their intentions, people who were sent there by the English. We were farming folk, a lot of those people. So a lot of our early houses in the European community, the settler and colonial community, had corrugated tin roofs. And I don't know if you've ever heard a roof like that in the rain, but it's like sitting inside Darcy's snare drum with someone pelting it with frozen peas. It's really thunderous and it should be terrifying, but as a child it's so comforting, and it's like that effect you have when you're in a tent and you can feel and smell and hear the rain and the wind around you, but you feel so snug in the tent. So that's what I think about when I hear it.
Beautiful. We've camped a lot. And I love when we're camping, we go outside and the tent, your story of the tent makes me think of unzipping the tent. And when we come out and the dew is all over, it's all over everything. And it's just like diamonds. And that makes me think of a wonderful childhood memory that I have of my mother and I going outside early in the mornings into our little yard in downtown Dartmouth. And we would each pick a blade of grass, a little game she made up, and we would collect dewdrops on the blade of grass together, and it kind of was like a competition. But the thing about it was, I remember looking at those little dewdrops and thinking, every single one is a universe. And I remember dreaming about maybe traveling to those universes someday.
I don't have any memories that I can think of about water or roofs or tents right now, but picking up on the traveling and the kind of a childhood memory. I remember the first time I came across classical music. It was on CBC radio, and I was moving the dial, and then I was like, "Whoa, what was that?" It wasn't quite like a "Look, Ma, I'm dancing" type of thing. For anyone that's a Steve Martin fan, but I looked at it and then I thought, wow, I'm listening to this music, and I told my mom, I was really interested, and so she bought me a cassette.
Old school.
And this cassette, old school, that's how old I am, Holly. So she bought me a cassette. My first cassette with classical music was Vivaldi's Four Seasons.
Nice.
And I would go into my room and I put my cassette in, right? And then you press play, and then I must have at some point, maybe like on a PBS show or something, saw a conductor with a symphony. And so I was like, so I'd be in my room pretending to conduct, and I was this little res kid, having dreams about conducting a symphony, and I was like, wow, that must be like really cool, to do that. So
This was on 74th Street?
It's on 74th Street in Eskasoni, and my mom continued to buy me different classes. Of course, there were CDs at that point because I was growing up, and so it was kind of like, that was like the place I wanted to travel to, or I did travel to in my mind, was that I was conducting this orchestra.
She's me, Jenny Maud.
I am.
Of Holly.
That means, so me, Johnny Maud means like jealous?
No.
Yeah, but it also means, like, the literal translation for me, Jenny Maud, is smells like poo. Because that's what jealousy is, right?
Yeah.
It smells like poo.
It does.
Yeah.
So the best way to get through jealousy, and because often it's connected to our child that hasn't grown yet, isn't it? Jealousy is a child's feeling, I think. What would it be like for little res kid Urs to come and conduct the orchestra now?
Oh, I think she would be super excited to do that. But big kid Urs would be terrified.
I'm all for the terror. So,
Okay.
do you want to come?
To this?
They're very accommodating. I mean, I
Yeah.
just so happen to have an orchestra with me, and I bring them in my handbag every day, everywhere I go. So
Yeah,
This is
should
happening.
I?
This is
Should I, like, I don't know, is that okay?
yeah,
Are you
they're
sure?
really good. They're here for at least another half an hour. So
Okay.
I think the rules are just suggestions.
yeah, come on.
Okay.
Yeah, I can get you started anyway.
Okay,
it's
we can get
much easier
started.
than we pretend it is.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
So
I'm-
what's going on?
I have a stick.
Oh, okay. This is the
Hold the
stick.
knobby bit.
Okay.
Wave the pointy bit.
Okay.
Is rule number one.
Okay, just wait. I have an idea.
Okay.
Just hang on a second.
Okay.
I'm
good.
going to the audience for
Yes.
this one.
Okay.
The royal box. Okay. You are so much more legitimate than me at the moment.
Okay. I'm ready. Let's go. Okay. So, how do I hold this?
Kind of like you want to rest it in your palm, like
Okay.
that, and then turn your hand over.
Okay, turn like
That's
this.
the one. And
That's
yeah,
too
it's,
much.
it's the tip that does the conducting, not the hand.
Okay, not the hand. This
And-
tip. And what does this hand do?
This hand is your expressive hand. So this
Okay.
keeps time.
This keeps time.
gives expressive suggestions.
Okay.
Think louder, softer,
Softer.
shorter, longer.
Shorter, longer. Okay. And what about all this stuff?
So each of these little black notes these have got little squiggles
Do you
and
know what hieroglyphs are?
yeah,
Yeah? Do you know how to read them?
no.
No. This is what this looks like to me right now. Hieroglyphs.
What we're really lucky about, because I have this problem most weeks, is that everyone here reads the hieroglyphs, the music
Okay,
hieroglyphs. So
perfect.
You don't
Great.
need to.
Great. It's okay.
And if you hold the sound in your heart
Okay.
and in your inner ear that you want to hear, think back to listening to that cassette and hold it and beam it out through your sternum.
Got it.
They will know your intention.
Okay.
This is your little kind of team of buddies.
Okay.
If in doubt, look at the low strings.
Okay. And
They're
the
usually friendly.
lower strings.
Yeah.
They look like really big fiddles.
They are huge fiddles, therefore very
Okay, I'm
low.
a Cape Brettoner, so we have lots of fiddles.
Yeah, big fiddles.
Okay. Huge.
And then the little fiddles,
The little ones. Okay.
particularly this little fiddle,
Okay.
he likes to help just start it off by getting everyone, it's kind of a meditative act to tune the orchestra.
So
Yeah.
this guy is
Yeah.
going to help me. Renaud, thank you so much. So can we help get this? Okay, thanks. Thank you, Renaud. I feel like I need the white Bugs Bunny gloves. Okay, are we ready? Okay. break them.
Yeah, I just checked. All 4 strings are still on Gregor's violin,
Okay,
so you're
well,
okay.
that's
but,
good.
I mean, I
Okay.
kind of liked it, actually. I thought it was pretty cool.
It was kind of scary. Like, it was like going really good. And I was like, oh, I know this. I don't even need to know these. That was on the Four Seasons, right? So I'm like, I know this song. I know what's going to happen. And then it just got crazy.
Do you know what it is?
What?
You have to present authenticity to an orchestra.
Yeah.
They read your authenticity.
Okay. Yeah. Authenticity is complicated for me. It's like so complicated. But that's a whole other show.
Okay.
So I'm going to hand this back to you.
Okay.
And how about we try something different?
Okay.
Whether or not it'll be authentic, we'll find out. Just give me a second. Okay, Holly. Mm-hmm. So this is my hand drum.
Yeah.
We're going to try something different.
Okay.
So instead of the music from this world, we're going to use the music from this world. We'll kind of start off slow. Maybe the big giant hand drum. You join me, okay? We'll do this. So this is called like they call it a round dance or like a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. So we'll try this, and then I'll sing one, and then you guys can join, and then you'll kind of pick it up from there because you're all professional musicians. So I think we can do it. Okay? Okay?
Do you want some support, maybe from our 3 friends here?
Yeah, the giant fiddles.
The giant fiddles.
You want to join me? Give a little bit of juice. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay, so we'll start with the chant first. So it's called a pickup, right? So we'll do a chant, and then the verse with the words, and then back to the chant, back to the words. We'll do that a few times. Okay? Be just like reading your music. Is it a more amigo dan bena det bare glodem
Ursula. Wow. I'm speechless. I'm almost speechless. So, how did it feel?
It was very exciting and really terrifying. And
Yeah?
yeah.
Oh, we're just so sorry for you.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not really sure how I feel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we were doing a land acknowledgement, though.
What is it with you and a land acknowledgement?
Listen, this is a difference. There's lots of things we have in common.
Yeah.
And I am just in my lane, on my path over here.
Okay.
Trying to sort it out.
What do you want to do with the land acknowledgement?
Well, what's the first words of the song?
Well,
Again,
I don't know.
Gissy?
I think of because it's so complicated, right? I feel like sometimes people get really hung up, like I said, with the land acknowledgement. But it's not about just acknowledging land. It's about the relationship and like with our relationship, right? I feel that not just ours, but other relationships that we all have with our families, our communities, our different groups that we're a part of, things get complicated sometimes. And if it's really complicated and difficult and hard to kind of figure out what you're trying to do, then you just focus back on that relationship. And I feel like something like a relationship with all of its layers, there shouldn't be a relationship is not about resolution.
Because relationship is not all about conflict or it's not, at least I'm grateful that ours is not all about conflict.
Yeah.
So KINUK.
KINUK.
So I like that. I like that analogy. Yeah, I'm trying it on. I'm hearing you. And I think it's landing with me. See what I did there? But.
Thanks, Doris.
I might need him in my back pocket just to go around with me for my corny jokes. No, but I do really appreciate that, because I think I got caught up in the urgency. It's almost a collective anxiety at this point, I think. You had mentioned the TRC before, the Truth and Reconciliation
Yeah. But that
commissions.
was the song, right? So that song that we sang, not just Mahamigo, Gizi de Mo,
Right.
Mahamigo.
Gisi de Mor,
Gizi de Mo, Mahamigo.
Mahamigo,
Don Mena,
Don Menach, nothing.
no,
No,
that we have not.
Oh, that we have not. Don Menach,
Don Mena, Dit Bahi,
Det Paris,
no, Dit Bahi,
Det Paris,
Dit Bahi.
Det Paris.
No, relax your face.
Relax your
Yeah,
face.
just try.
Relax your face, Maitreya.
Dit Bahi,
Det Paris,
Golodamwik,
Glodemoik.
that we have not taken care of properly. Ignamulnik,
Egenemolnik,
Tabigia Hanaminen.
come again.
Tabigia Hanaminen.
Dabagia Hanaminen.
Close.
So well.
Dabe,
Dabe,
gi,
gi,
ah,
an,
ah, mi,
mi,
nen.
nen.
Dabigia Hanaminen.
Dabagia Hanaminen.
Our song.
Dabagia Hanaminen.
Glaman,
Glaman,
so that Wulol Tultidisnen.
Wuloltultitisnen.
Perfect.
I love it when you tell me I do it perfect.
It's perfect. Yeah. I think that's good because, you know, that song and those words help to kind of put us into a good space.
Yeah, I suppose. I guess I'm just really underneath that urgency, that anxiety. What's there is, I just want us all to agree on what words we're going to say, so that we can get that out of the way, so that we can focus on the earth and make sure everybody has clean drinking water. So we're caught up, you know? I feel, and it's just hard to wait for everybody to agree.
And you know what? Somebody told me one time that it's taken us several generations to get to where we are right now. And it's going to take several generations to get out of it.
Asadoho.
Reconciliation generally refers to the process of repairing or restoring a relationship or harmony between individuals or groups, often after a disagreement or conflict. Reconciliation is more than just a word. It involves acknowledging differences, understanding responsibilities, the upkeep of promises made in order to work towards mutual understanding to develop a society that values care through responsibility. Reconciliation requires actions that can be made to contribute to this process of reciprocity.